Hi, my name is Vu Tran, and I wish to share with you an amazing way in which you can find inner peace by using the cellular interface. This is a very interesting method that I have learned from the teaching of human and universal energy. It is a process of learning and applying the fundamentals and techniques that involve the method of energy transfer and meditation. It is an integrated way of life in which one can find the balanced state of well-being and happiness. Now, let's talk about one of the tiny expressions of happiness within you, which is a cell. It is a small part of our body. Each living organism has its own pattern of existence. Inside the human body, we know there are billions of cells that interact with each other as they share the same living environment. Each nerve cell is a microorganism that has its own interactive pattern. If we break down further to the atomic level, each nerve cell is a combination of electrons, neutrons, and protons. Therefore, it is an energetic data or pattern. This complex network is under the management of the brain. Let's consider a bacteria or a virus. This is a living organism with its own pattern of existence. When a virus enters a host body, it tries to communicate and interacts with the surrounding organism. If its energetic data or pattern is not compatible, then the brain of the host body would react by raising the alarm and sending the antibodies to fight the newly arrived organism. At this level, sometimes the newly arrived virus is only trying to explore and learn about the territory that it happens to be in. As the virus transmits signals with the intention of trying to adapt and survive, the host body interprets it as a threat and decides to fight rather than make peace. In this scenario, when the antibody comes with the intention of fighting or destroying the virus, it would detect the incoming threat and defend itself. As a result, we have a microscopic war that happens inside our body. When it is escalating, we begin to feel the impact such as fever, nausea, pain, rashes, and so on. We know the brain is a CPU and it controls all the process inside the body. Many of us have experienced the brain's controlling power one way or another. For example, when we have an itch at the bottom of the foot that we cannot scratch, we focus and think it is nothing. Eventually, our brain sends the signal to calm down the itchy foot and it subsides. Using this principle, you can utilize the brain's processing power to establish a state of harmony among the communities of cells inside your body. You can imagine the cases that these cells dictate how you think or act. The cells in the digestive system can continuously send signals and demand food. These signals trigger a sense of craving and cause you to go out of your way just to eat. Consequently, the excessive eating habit would take a toll on your body as well as your health. The nerve cells inside your brain can decipher a certain data input, such as voice or image, and set off a chain reaction by speeding up your heart rate, raising your body temperature, or getting the adrenaline pumping that would cause you to be angry, excited, frightened, impulsive, and so on. Perhaps it is from a simple remark a neighbor says to you, or a meaningless gesture a co-worker jokes with you. But the nerve cells in the brain interpret the data the wrong way and dictate the way you react. As a result, you may say or do something back that may create conflicts or problems with your neighbor or co-worker. It can be avoided if you know how to interface and communicate with the cells inside your body. You can try this approach for 30 days and discover for yourself. Let's practice and do an exercise with me, since I have seen good results after 25 years of learning and practicing. You need to focus your mind and synchronize your thought wave with my thought wave. Our intention is to think of these cells that are now living inside our body. First, we send a thought with a message of peace and reach out to all the cells without judgment or fear of the spreading bacterium, germs, or viruses. We think of them as visitors, not as invaders or enemies. When we generate a thought, in a sense, we are initiating a neuron firing sequence, which is a signal. Now, let's calm our mind and direct our attention to transmit a message of peace to these communities of cells inside our body. I would say begin to start, and then I would say finish when it is done. Alright, let's get ready. Begin. Finish. Each day, you can go to this part of the video and transmit your thought signal just as I have shown here. In a sense, you are acting as a radio station, and each day you transmit the same beacon or message to harmonize these communities of cells in your body. When they begin to agree with your message of peace, they will work together instead of dividing or fighting each other. Consequently, you can observe many positive outcomes. For example, better mental focus, more tolerance, stronger willpower, and so on. I challenge you to try this for 30 days. There's no string attached here. This is a way for all of us to monitor ourselves from the inside out. This is only my personal observation and opinion after practicing this method over the years. I share my point of view based on what I've learned and experienced. My aim is to present to you a way of creating inner peace at the cellular level. Thank you very much for your attention.